Alrighty. Hello. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right. Today, I'm going to be working on this. I've been calling it Bookwell for a little bit, and yeah, do some work on the bold today. Nice. Well, that's not very helpful. The bold. That's medium. This is bold. These are really loud. All right. So I've kind of just been going at it, fighting these weird intersections right here. This D is really odd feeling. Let's hide that. So here you can kind of get a feel for it better. So I think that's looking good. So I'm just gonna tinker a little bit and tell you what I'm tinkering on. But a lot of this stuff seems to just be, you do it to the way you're supposed to, down to the science, and then it looks weird. You can go in and fix it. And that Q is really wide. Wonder why. That's I don't know if that's just me. Let's see. Use the handy dandy measuring tool. Yeah. Why just by a little bit? Let's just move it over. Yeah, that looks much better. Yeah. Oh, I don't have that. But guess I will just tell you about what I got going on while I'm tinkering. I have a monitor hooked up right there, so I'm sorry if I keep glancing over. I'm not doing anything but trying to look at my my little setup. Yeah, but this weight right here is a book weight that I've been working on for quite some time, and then I initially thought this was going to be my bold because I thought it felt pretty bold, and then especially when I was designing it, obviously I haven't kerned it, but when I was designing it, it felt pretty bold. But now we're here, how to make it even bolder. Obviously, some of them aren't touched yet, but it's gonna go in there and update some characters as I go. And you can kind of tell what I've gotten to and what I haven't yet. I think the S I've already, yeah, it's one of these vertical characters. 130. So I'm gonna pull this out a good bit. Then I think 470. Yeah, probably 4 will be what I do for these heavier ones, heavier sides, and then I don't really know what 70. So that's roughly that. Let's see what I was doing for my light strokes. Here's a good example of what I did. Yeah, 80. So I guess I can do it to a 3 or just 2. I think I touched it 2. And then I got to pull these serifs down. It's weird because it's at this angle. So it won't go down as smooth as you'd like. But that's how you can fix it. Just fix it later. But whenever I mess with those angles on the curves, like here, this is glyphs, by the way. I like to hold Option so it doesn't tear up my handles. I think this needs to come over one more. How'd you two? Nah. Yeah, but this kind of stuff is a little bit slower, a little bit more tedious. A lot of trial and error. I think I was looking at a 15 and 15. Obviously, whenever you move stuff, those side bearings don't stay the same. These being the side bearings. And it's kind of a zoomed out view down here I like to reference. But this is a 45-ish. Do I have more of a vertical? No, these are going in at an angle. I wanted to make it a little bit wider. So let's see. That's probably much too many. 65. Yeah, you can. It's really wide. But yeah, I'm thinking 5 and 5. That seems about right. I think that let's do some test under, and we can just put vest because I've already done the EST and they seem to be pretty heavy already. But really, you can just get a feel for it by the color. You kind of know if you did it right, if it feels the same. So that's a good way to make sure you got your own bases covered. I think it was 4. 161, 171. I do one more. Huh. 337. 339. Wow. Okay. And then whenever we move everything over here, we're going to want to take pretty much all of this and pull it over. 1, 2, 3. Not that one. I think I did 3. See if that feels right. 105, 95. Yeah. So 3 there, and then we can just unselect all this stuff. And then 1, 2, 3, 3 there. It's 170, 170, and then 3 here. When I say 3, it's 30 units. I'm holding down a shift, which in turn makes it go a little bit wider. So the problem with this is that you can kind of see that I just took it and made it wider. And so that'll feel very, very wide whenever you actually see it out of context. Let me see. I think it was a 15. Let me just go ahead and add these in real quick. Yeah, that's a really wide W. And let's try west just to see. Yeah, that's almost double the width of that E. What is it? Yeah, it is almost double. And that's a little bit too wide. So we'll get to that in a second. So I was just going to move these 5 on either side so they're evenly spread out a 10. That way it'll feel a little bit, I guess, stylized, if you will. And then I got to move these down by 2, I think it was. Yeah, it was. Okay. Move those down by 20 units, and then just go in here and fix these handles up, make everything feel a little bit cleaner. Try to balance those out because you want them to be roughly the same length in between. And that's a good rule of thumb to make your handles not look so jank, because this looks terrible. And when you look at it, that's kind of a gross pinch. So we just pull it down this way. It'll even them out a little bit more. Won't feel so bad. Nice smooth curve. Yeah, you can kind of see that's kind of weird right there. Let's see, that's 163, 188. There's our problem. I forgot to move that over. I didn't forget to move it over in this. 103, 118. I totally did. I always wonder why that W is so weird. Guess that answers that. But now we kind of have this really fun curve going on here. I think it's really, really interesting. And it's kind of what we're after. So I'm just going to see if this fixes anything. Moving everything in by 10. Not bad, not bad. And then pull this stuff in by 10 one more time. That's closer to a W in width. Maybe not so much in weight, but we'll figure it out. I think I wanted to move. I was going to touch these up. You can kind of see it down here. It's a little weird. This negative space is extremely negative, and it's kind of all I can see. So let's see if I can just give it a little bit more of an angle. Maybe that'll help it out. Maybe it won't. Let's see what we have on this. Almost kind of got that too. I just think it feels very uniform for some reason. Maybe we'll smooth these guys out. Did I take this out? Nope. Yeah. I was kind of wanting these ink traps to be overly dramatic whenever I was making this bulb, because this is more of a display kind of thing. So yeah. So this is really just all of this. This is more of a preview, this one line, so I can not have to do this and this every 5 seconds, but I still will, because it's how I do it in Illustrator, so it's like ingrained into my mind. So noticing that was a little bit small. Yeah, nice. I don't know, this E feels really odd, and I'm not quite sure why. It yeah, that's probably fine. That's probably fine. We can always come back to it later. But I don't think I want any of these characters to be too perfect. Just because I kind of like how, like, especially on this S, it's kind of breaking the rule there, because that's really skinny compared to this other. I guess this is my skinniest part, and gives it a little bit more drama. And it colors roughly the same, so I'm not too concerned. I think this W might be fine. Can I just take all this and let me see if that'll make it ugly or not. I think that was too much, but I think that's all right. I'll just do 2, because yeah, I think that looked good. I'll just leave it there. And then we haven't done the X yet. I don't think so. Let me see. I'll just select the X and then we'll see. Nope, definitely not. But I'm just cycling through my weights. Just a keyboard shortcut. So yeah, this is what we have here for the X. This one's going to be a little bit of a toughie, I think. So I want to try to evenly disperse this weight as much as I can. I think I added these ink traps on after I adjusted the character, so it's gonna be a little bit tricky. Sorry, just noticed that. I'm just keeping the side bearings the same from my other weights, just because it'll look a little bit nicer for me right now. Probably not the best idea to do for a last step, but a lot of people like to space and do stuff at the same time. Like they'll space and design, then they don't have to worry about spacing. Not me. Oh, this will work. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then, so this is our 137 there. 60. That can't be right. That's so heavy. Hmm. 180. Okay. Usually the I guess stuff at an angle tends to be a little bit more, like not more, less than like more general horizontal and vertical lines. But that still surprises me. Let's see, I'm going to select all these and move them up 2, and then select all these and move these down 2, and then would you look at that? That is looking disgusting. So this is the problem I'm having, is I want to move these. So what I really need to do is I'll just open these corners, and then it'll look weird, but this gives me more points. So I can just select this stuff, and then I can just move it up a little bit, and now it's just hitting up, over, so it's even. And that actually worked out. Look at me. But I just hold shift. Oops. Down, over, down, over. I didn't know I had this selected, but down, over, over, down. And then that looks a little bit better. So now we can get rid of this. And whenever we flatten the shape, it'll get rid of those. I guess remove corner or out overlap, whatever they call it in here. So that's looking correct. The weird thing about the X is that I guess it's really obvious here, but here you kind of just want even coloring, like even negative space. So that's why it's so much at a tilt. Like this line doesn't even get close to lining up with this, but that's an X right there. If you saw it in text, you wouldn't think twice. So get to stuff like that. It doesn't matter too much. Kind of just want it to, in general, look good from a distance, because after all, typefaces aren't a bunch of really cool letters. They're a family of characters that work together. So it doesn't work in tandem. It's not going to work. Computer charger just stopped working? Maybe it'll be fine for now. Wonder if it, let me see. 1 second, my bad. I don't know where it's plugged in. Oh, nice. Okay. It's probably not good, but my computer charger burnt my hand because it's so hot. Will it cause a fire? Maybe, but I'll get it on live stream, right? go viral for a computer that catches on fire. I'm surprised that my computer's, there we go. I don't know if I'm live streaming anymore. I have no idea what happened. My monitor just turned off and I can't see it, and that's where all my live streaming stuff is. Would you believe that a massive storm is out right now? I have Wi-Fi. That's what I don't understand. It says I'm still streaming, so let's run with it. I guess let's just go with it. Okay. I just don't. I think the circuit blew. Dadgummit. I don't have a breaker here. Let me just do this. Yeah, well, I'm going to end it here.